Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, John Howell here. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the markets and what's going on right now in the markets. We have in the markets right now, guys. We can see that. I just had a thought pop right in my head. Anyway, so yeah, guys, we're going to focus on the short term. Plus, I'm also going to be showing you the big long term weekly charts as well too, because it looks like we could be forming some sort of massive rounding top where we are right now. So let's actually continue on here. Let's actually go through here on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We still actually we had a little down day today, so we're still on this rise through here. We haven't actually started to change tune or change trend at all. Just a little down day today. Noticing we're not getting the big strong sell-offs anymore, big strong down bars anymore. It's actually starting to change tune. So right now the Dow Jones is still on its upside. We see how we're creating like a potential, like a bit of a you can see how we're having a lot of resistance through here. So that's actually not a good sign on the short term. On the short term, that actually could spell a bit of a drop on the in the downside there. So obviously we need to keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, if I bring up everything through here, we can see how we're just still slowly rising to the upside. But see how we're just sort of flattening out through here. If we do start to see a drop down from here, then that could actually start to spell a bit of disaster, should I say? Or yeah, a bit of disaster. And actually, especially if we start to drop and get back below 22,000, we're probably likely to see this double dip in the market come back down and test these lows through here. So that'll be really interesting to see whether we do hold. If we hold and break up, then I see this thing rallying probably at least to the 25,000 level on the Dow, and then rallying back up to around that 27,000. And the reason why I've done that is I've got this. If I squeeze my chart up, you can see that this major level around the 25,000 is a bit of a major target for the Dow Jones. So we're seeing that there right now. We're seeing what's actually going on through there right now as well too. So a major low point through here. We actually broke up through here. So I do see overall we're probably likely to get to that 25,000 mark on an overall basis. But once again, right now, guys, we are producing some sort of a bit of a sort of topping pattern through here, as you can see, right? A bit of a sort of a flattening here. So it's actually we're not really getting any moves. So right now, again, this is for the very, very short term. Okay, guys, this is for like this week. Right now we can see we're getting. Let me actually see if I can do the same thing again there. I just want to make the width a bit. Let me bring up a blue. Right, so as you can see, right, we're starting to create this sort of channel to the upside, but we're also getting sort of a bit of a flattening of this flattening here, as you can see. So that's actually on a short-term basis, guys. On a short-term, that's actually it's slowing down through here. So depending on where the breakout is, if we get a breakdown from here, then we could see a bit more downside to come. Again, guys, this is for the short term. This little pattern here, if we do break out, it could go down for 1 or 2 days and then back up again. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is an absolute short term. Right now, we need to see where the breakout is going to be. And so you can see how we're holding on this trend line here. If we do break up and out and above this level through here, as you can see, so we've got this resistance all through here. If we start to break up and out here, then I see this thing continuing to run up towards the 27,000. The issue the thing that you see with bull markets, and you saw this back in 2019, is that it slowly goes up. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I go back to the 2019, the 2018, as you can see, right, like what happens here is that the market will come down. We had this sharp drop, and then we came down a little higher low, and look, we're basically doing exactly what we did back here in 2018, right? We had a drop, we had a low, a higher low, we ran up, we made a bit of a sort of a flattening action, and then we kept going up, flattening action, and then we kept going up. So that's what's happening right now in the markets, right? Low. This is a low. This is a higher low in the markets. Then we have a flattening, and then move. Are we going to see the exact same thing right now in the markets, right? So if I take this off here, you'll be able to see what? You'll be able to see strong move down, low. This is the low. This is the higher low. We've had a run up. Now we're seeing what? A flattening action through there, as you can see, right? So this is going right alongside of what happened back in late 2018 into 2019. The question though is that the market will tell us, right? Because we need to see a break up and out through here. If that happens, yeah, we're probably likely to continue up to that 27,000 mark. But if it doesn't, then the tune's changing, right? On a short-term basis, guys, okay? On a short-term. What I'm talking about here is the daily chart. What we see right now on the daily chart changes from week to week, right? So if I go back to here and I share with you what I mean by that, is that notice how, let's go back to here. Notice how when we have this, back here we have this low, and we have this higher low through here, breaking it, run up, and notice how we actually have, if I draw a trend line down from there to there, notice how we have this breaking here, right? See how we have a little break up, and then the market runs up again. And then what happens? We do a bit of a flattening action for a while, and then it breaks up, and then we have a little stair-stepping action as well too, right? But as you can see, right, we're still, overall, we're still making these lows, a little higher low, and a little higher low through here. So that's what you want to see right now. If the bulls are going to stay in control on the short term, that's what you want to see. And the same for the S&P 500 as well too. Are we about to break? And the reason why, I'm saying that is because this is what's happening right now. Okay, we're seeing, again, same for the S&P 500 here. We're having a little rally up, and it's not looking, again, we're getting this sort of rise, this slow rising sort of channel through here, and then a move up. If we get a breakdown here, which it does look like we may be getting soon, then we could be heading back down towards this 22,000 level here, guys. And the way that I'm seeing this on the S&P 500 is that I'm seeing this here. Let me actually delete some of these trend lines off. Let me delete this trend line off here. Let me just bring this back to here for a minute. Let me just zoom this in. Oh, go back to here. Okay, so if I bring this trend line here from here to here, right, and then we draw that there. This is the major low point through here, as you can see, and then we also have this level going on through here as well too, right? We have this whole level through here, as you can see, is a pretty strong area of support and also resistance, that level through there. So if we do really start to break down through here, and I'm not saying we are, guys, okay, I don't know, this thing could just keep slowly crawling up from here, but if the bears are going to start to take some form of control, are we going to go test, are we about to test new lows, or is the market going to test new lows? And as you can see, right, the market actually broke down. If the market does break down and we break back below this level through here, again, on a short-term basis, guys, doesn't matter what I think, we have a high here. We have this sort of slowly rising market through here. If the market does start to come back down and we break back below this level through here, that is then likely to be a resistance. If it comes up and test it, then we're probably going to come back down and test the lows through here. So, and then that'll be a retest of the markets, and then maybe from there we start to see a move up from there. So on a short-term basis, guys, that's what I'm seeing through there. On the Nasdaq, it's completely different, right? The Nasdaq is very, 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 very strong right now. We're still seeing a very nice rise in the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq, obviously, tech stocks are just going crazy right now. Apple's up nicely. We've got Netflix breaking up all-time new highs, Amazon breaking up all-time new highs. So we've got a lot of these sort of streaming companies out there that are going absolutely burko right now with the overall markets. And so, same sort of thing. But the strongest one out of all the indices right now is obviously the Nasdaq, which obviously due to Amazon. If I bring up just Amazon here for a minute, right? This is Amazon. Just bam, this is all-time new highs here. And look, bam, breaking up Netflix, as you can see. Look at Netflix through here as well too, right? Netflix actually, again, today actually Today actually broke up to an all-time new high today. I do expect to see a bit of a pullback in these markets, in Netflix and Amazon. If I go back to Amazon again, only because we've just been going up so much, and we're getting very, very, very oversold. So some form of a pullback is likely to happen in the tech stocks and so on and so forth. So that could cause a bit of a pullback in the Nasdaq. But once again, the Nasdaq is the strongest out of all of them. But just keep in mind those things that I see there, guys. I'm a trader at heart, guys, and the way that I need to keep operating and looking at these markets, especially if I'm looking at these markets on a short-term basis, is like, what's the market doing right now? And then I need to respond to that and never try to throw my bias or my opinion at it, because that doesn't really matter. It's what the market's doing right now. That's what matters. Hey traders, I'm running a flash sale. It's a $7 flash sale to my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls trading course. If you go to johnsflashsale.com, you can get access to the $7 massive sale that I'm doing right now for a short time. So go to johnsflashsale.com and I'll see you over there.